Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more Sage 2022 shenanigans. I'm sorry I missed yesterday. Uh, the video that I had to go up should make up for that game being the reason I didn't stream yesterday, because I spent so long trying to get that fixed. I missed my cutoff. In between that and the VOD of the day beforehand, taking a really long time, I just deemed it not to be worth it. So, sucks as I found out. Because sound doesn't play unless I click there, because this is another browser game. Welcome. You see, browser game. I double clicked. Sonic Hedgehog 3000. Because I don't have a lot of games that I really have left on things. So if I decide to go back and go through some of the ones I skipped over before. What's under settings? Audio. Yeah, it's all fine. This is all fine for now. Yeah. Input seems fine, and I'm not playing on multiplayer, so, single player. Super Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. Locked. Oh, I wonder who that is, huh? Egg Robo? Metal Sonic? Yeah, I got no clue. Some guy. Some other guy. Toad? We got a whole bunch of stages here too. Oh, I might be here a while. I underestimated how big this is. Well, let's start the tutorial. Use to move any button actually press jump. Okay, not that I really thought that Spectacle was bad or anything, far from it, like, this game feels notably smoother. Down or B while moving to roll. Hold B to spin dash. Try breaking the wooden crates. Yep. It's a little too smooth. Need to spin dash and drop dash here to spikes on the other side. Hold B while dash, hold B while jumping drop dash. No, going too fast. I can't read the hints. You can also tap B right after the lane. Spin dash without waiting to charge. Pressing will also reduce the charge time. Spin dash can perform from a skid. Like that. LB to air dash. Like so. I like that. That's a good ability. Uh-oh. I can't read the hints. Go back and read the tutorial. First hold LB, hold up and down with walls. No, it doesn't. Did I read that wrong? Now you have to be holding it before you hit it. But you only go down, so it's not actually a wall jump. And back to the abyss. I need to read the other hint. Alternatively, holding LB to skip between walls. But isn't that what it does? Jump on the monitor to acquire the power. Water shield. Speed while jumping, use the bounce stack from the water shield. So bounce stack and rhythm to build heights and clear obstacles. I don't think there's much rhythm to bubble shield. You just hit it. Bounce stack can break steel crates. And look fashionable while doing so. Fire will boost the air dash on LBRB. Yeah, just a little bit. You don't have the traditional boost anymore, though. Wait, was I jumping up with the dash? It kind of looks like you do, right? It's not any higher than a normal jump. I can't do it from here for obvious reasons. Yeah, I don't know what they want me to do here. Trying so hard to figure out how to get up there, and I'm not sure what they expect of me. There. The lightning shield gives you a triple jump and allows you to easily turn around in the air. It's a triple jump now, handy. Use R to switch shields. Oh, you can have multiples. Handy. Yeah, I didn't even notice those were there. That's great. More of that, please. Again. I think I'm probably gonna stick with electric as much as I can. Press X while standing near a object, pick it up. Okay, so Mario Bros. 2 logic. Press it again while moving or jumping to throw it. Run left and right and in fact gain momentum and gain air. Okay. This is just an automated sequence. The creation works in this game. It's so weird to me. Like, after my dig in, like, this is a browser game. Fire that. Why does he keep going backwards? I'm not trying to go backwards. Clearly there's some quirkiness with the coding. Oh well. There. Just follow the automation. Jump on switch, open the door. Yeah, I played this on the game before. Same thing. Push block in the hole. The heavy duty switch. Break stop it into the tube. You already know what I'm saying. Oh, force shield. Normal shield will repel a single hit to disappear. Press and hold the X button while jumping for use perform a light speed dash. Like so. Doesn't feel very classic Sonic-y, but eh. As far as I'm concerned, that is a positive. Press underwater to swim dash. Hold down to gain speed, hold up to gain height. Up made no difference. I'm holding them, by the way. It's not changing anything. Like, I'm not sure what's supposed to be happening, but it's not. Maybe if I switch to the water shield? Like, that would make sense. Definitely isn't the way it's supposed to be working, but oh well, get a running start and you can skim across the surface. Up, jump into the driver's seat, take control of the vehicle. Tap up to exit the vehicle. Every vehicle controls differently. Okay, well this might be the best game ever made. Just for this alone. Yes. Rain the death. So good. Am I going up or down? I can't actually tell. Oh, okay. But... oh. Is that the tutorial? Vertical City so. Oh no, this is gonna be another one of those games that has soundtrack copyright claimed, isn't it? I've been fighting that crap up for hours over the last couple. And those are from copyright trolls, like they weren't even oh yeah, no, 100%. Hold on. Nope. We're not playing this game. The copyright game, not the actual game. Like, I'm not dealing with that. But the second the vocals came on, it's like, no. I'm not hearing it anymore. If this video ends up being, I can't crouch. If this video ends up being laid on YouTube, it's gonna be because I have to re-render it to get rid of that song. Okay. For all the tutorializing, I'm really not feeling like I need it. Okay. I don't remember grind rails ever showing up in the tutorial. And I don't get it. What do they want? I was able to get the skidding thing to work before. What's so different? I don't get it. Being a super easy stage 2 when it requires a college degree. I'm just checking if the peel out was in this game like virtually every other classic style Sonic game. And the answer is no. Oh, why is this so hard? But nope, stop. The dash is really easy to do by accident. At least want to finish this stage. It's like everything is on ice. Like the slipperiest game physics ice you've ever been on. It just wants to slide everywhere, even in the air. Come on. There we go. Physics don't exist in this game. That's actually not too surprising. Sorry, the honeymoon phase of this game is kind of worn off the second I heard the song that is 100% copyrighted and is going to be a mess to get out. We're back to going fast. Well, we're back to being hurt. I don't trust this game anymore. I'm just jump spamming. You see? Jump spam is the way. Well, it's fine. There we go. At least when I get to the end of this act. It's so long. It's got some neat ideas to it. Okay. And the game crashed. Oh, never mind. Up there it goes. Stage? Nope, not yet. Okay, fine. Another checkpoint. Really? This is longer than some zones. There's been like 20 different places you could have easily put the ending signpost. There. That's it. That's the game. Beat you up now. How is anybody supposed to predict this thing? First boss, by the way. You can't outsmart it. It mirrors you perfectly. There. Beat the mini-mace, huh? Okay. That's enough of that game. Oh, hit the wrong thing. I was trying to beat the screen. Alright. Well. Alright, so next game is called Amy's Rascal Race. It's asking me like who's tagging along. I can't choose. I can't even click or anything. It just doesn't work. Hold on. I'm gonna check their page, and if nothing shows up, okay, figure out it's arrow keys only. Okay, fine, we're going pedals, I guess. How do I pick it? Not any of the obvious keys. None of the controller inputs work, although that shouldn't be surprising. D-pad up. Can you use my controller now? No, of course not. Okay, spinning like that is X. D-pad is even. Spacebar is jump. Well, thanks for playing. Amazing. Okay, obviously we're not stopping the game there. Try this again. Oh, playing as Amy this time and not the Petals, I think your name was. It's like Petals and Pestle. Wait, what? Guess that thing got Amy. So it's going on like Donkey Kong logic where your hits are your allies. Ugh. There's no lives. Oh, fine, let's go Pestle this time. Actually, Pestle's so big, it might actually work as an advantage. This is so weird. It's just gotta be said. What part of this is a race? Is there any reason I would want to not just hold this button down? Yeah, I think I've seen everything I care to see out of this one. It's weird. Very weird. Please program in a respawn next time. That's about all I've got to add to that. Also, controller support would be nice, but so many games here don't have controller support. I can't really hold that against you. Hey everyone! Next game! I mentioned this before, I don't remember if it was on a video or just during the stream intermission. The Sonic Colors VM demo. And I think this came up during the Colors Demaster. State because it's window, but it's basically full screen. Yep. I don't even know if that's trying to apply. Let's just start. Before you begin the demo, I can find some tips and tricks. I'm not doing that voice the whole time. This is a VN. I'm just reading it as is. I'm gonna go mad. They're trying to give everyone voices. Oh, I didn't realize the text was going on. Second, missions have win conditions, but main acts do not. This means you must skip them whenever you get bored. Wait, what? You must skip them whenever you get bored or wish to proceed the next sequence. I think you mean you must not skip them. The demo isn't fully completed. So if Tails seems zoned out or unresponsive in the middle of the full voice combo, be on the lookout for an update. No. Hold on a second, you didn't hear that. Press the H key for a second. Okay. So I wanted him to repeat himself. Okay, it's just sort of... Now you can proceed to the demo.
Hello, happy people.
This was voiced. Okay. Yay!
I can't believe somebody was dumb enough to leave the keys in this thing. It's like Eggman's begging us to sneak in and trash the place.
Wow. It was so quiet before. Alright, clearly I need to have the volume mixer on standby at all times.
Man, this thing's got crazy fast acceleration.
Really? Why is it doing that? Why is the music randomly going like 4 times as loud?
You call this fast?
Also, Eggman's mic, VA's mic is noticeably quieter than everyone else, and
That's a relief.
Welcome to Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park!
yay!
Single-day pass grants you unlimited access to all 5 park areas.
He can sound as chipper as he wants. I'm not trusting any park with his name.
I love these drawings. They look so good. It's great.
Aw, lighten up, Sonic. This place looks fun.
Oh, right, Tails. Because Eggman's just the type to build a place where people can have fun.
I know it sounds unlikely, but do you see anything suspicious around?
The blue ribbon and his fox friend. That looks very suspicious. They should be removed from the premises immediately.
I'm sure I'll find plenty soon enough. Let's go.
As it so happens, I may or may
Wait,
not be
we haven't
officially
gone over the
employed
park
by the
rules yet.
Empire. Pop as many bubbles as you can. Use the A and D keys to move left and right. Use the S key to change colors and W to fire. Use spacebar to change the difficulty. Okay, it looks like the controller suddenly doesn't work anymore, so, spacebar change. W fire. Okay, I think I get it. Oh, this is a bad gimmick for someone like me. Devs, if you're watching this, please, colorblind mode. There is no blue. Well, I'm out. I mean, I could just skip, but that wouldn't be any fun. I can make most of these colors up, but I have to like really stare at the screen to figure it out. need that one. This bunch of them, I can't use it. Okay. Okay. How long do I have to keep at this? Does this just go on forever? I'm starting to think it might. Ah. You are. We have an option to loop around the screen, like that'd be cool, I think. Like if I hit right here, go to the far left. Okay, I've seen enough. So, are these all the same game?
Hey, look, Sonic! What do you suppose that robot's for?
Tails?
Wait up, you little alien. We ain't gonna hurt you. Just put you in a cage.
Okay, that VA is almost spot on for Cubot. Like, it's a little more sinister than what the official Cubot VA does. But, it's not too far removed.
That's a terrible idea. If I let you go, you'll go on your friends.
They don't look too smart. Must be Eggman's goons.
Hey, you two, come help us catch these little alien things. Yeah, help. Guy! That's Sonic and Tails! Oh, these aliens can wait. We gotta tell the boss. Guess we'll have to catch them later.
Hold it!
Sounds southern.
Where are
Even
you?
better.
Ugh. They're not bright, but they sure are fast.
Are you guys okay?
What gives, Tails? Those dimwit robots said something about aliens.
Space. You're surprised?
Hey, give me a little room to breathe here. What's with you guys anyway? Stop that! Quit shoving! And hey, that tickles!
Whoa! He phased right into your body, Sonic. Are you alright?
What
Hey.
the? Whoa! It's kinda like I've got some kind of new power.
Dust was using A and B. Use W speed up and S slow down. The game's awesome as no one can so feel free to skip it any time. Okay. Ow. Well, that was miserable. I hit the skip button and it didn't work. So, that was a farce. So just avoid everything. Okay. It's just a super basic version of Temple Runner. Come on, I gotta be able to go faster than 4. This is too slow! It's not even boosting. Good, real good. I love it. Okay, how long keep with this? I guess like if I hit the dodge to 100, I'll be like, yeah, nothing happens. Move on. Or just whenever I fail next. Whichever happens first. sidestepping, it's good. That's 90. 94, 95, 96. 7, 8, 9, 100, nothing changes. Let's just skip.
How do you like that?
Are you okay? No voice clip for that one.
Yeah, just surprised. When I absorbed that alien, I felt a rush of power.
I don't think that line was supposed to sound super corrupt, but it does. You supercharged Sonic, and can you tell a difference?
No, this was like nothing I felt before. Alright, time for this alien to help me find out what Eggman's up to.
First off, all right's not a word. Secondly, it's definitely not a sentence. And really, even if it was, you didn't capitalize the A. If you want to use all right, it's 2 words, all and right. Again, like it's not a 1-word sentence. Select mission 1 now. Let's go with the DS structure. Oh, get on it! The size of that Ferris wheel, it's a monster!
And it was made by a monster too! Don't let your guard down, Tails.
So what is up with Sonic's voice? It sounds really warped.
Huh?
Oh, well, I mean, to be fair, Cheese does kind of look like a wisp. Oh, she's my friend! Just want to see one little thing. Who needs to help up? Alright, Junkie, that's far enough. Sonic! Hey, he looks kind of familiar. Have I seen him somewhere? He just doesn't hear your controls. I'm surprised he's here already. Everybody gets my speed. That's so fun. Interesting. You play this mission. Oh, that's bold. Whack-a-pon. Hit 20 egg pawns. You better believe I'm playing Whack-a-pon. Here's ground. One of your busts. This is definitely probably the game I felt the most like I really wish I had controller support. I feel like it'd be really easy just to have like it bind to left and left stick in the middle be neutral, then you would just hit a button on like one of the face buttons to slam down. You'd go a lot crazier with it that way. And again, I guess you might risk running into like the Jack 2 whack-a-mole problem where it's completely hard. Thinking that's just a Jack 2 thing. Jack 2 in general is really hard. 60. You can say like any time now. Okay, well, he got 20. You said you wanted 20, right? I'm just gonna miss on purpose. It's too easy. It's too fast. I'm going home.
That was amazing, Mr. Sonic! Cheese says thank you too!
So now you have a voice. And it also sounds super... like, actually, you know what it sounds like? And I'm probably right with this. It sounds like they tried putting all the voice clips through Audacity or whatever their audio editing program is to get rid of fan filter. There's this amazing program. I'm using it right now. It's called NVIDIA Broadcast. Please look into that instead. It'll sound way less that.
No problem, kid.
Oh, Mr. Tails!
Where have you been, Sonic? I was looking.
Sorry about that.
What are you doing here, Cream?
I was out for a walk when I saw this fun-looking ride. And then I was here.
Not close enough. Let me guess. The elevator up to the park?
That's right. It was quite exciting.
Yeesh. A little lady should be more careful around strange machines.
Well, still got Mission 2, Mission 3. Look, Sonic's robots are back again. Oh, and I got him. They're beating up Cheese again. Huh? You didn't sound like the other aliens. Hold it there, Gearheads. Look, Sonic. I'll leave to Eggman to make robots who can't shell out an alien. Not fun video board games. Just come with us. Not so fast. Oh, you're not getting us here unless you can win this game of Simon Says. Tic-tac-toe! Okay, I was joking about Simon Says, but frankly, tic-tac-toe is like the same level of meme-hood. Thank you. I can't wait to play the hardest game of tic-tac-toe in my life. Crud, I've been boxed. Like, we can't win. Yeah, there's no way to win. Can I just reset the board? Because, like, if I mark here, or you can't say this. If I mark on the left, it'll just cover the right. And if I go for the right, vice versa. And if I go for the bottom right, well, that won't do anything because the left's already taken. Like so. It's an unwinnable game. Bruh. Like virtually every other game of tic-tac-toe ever. Alright, take the middle. Middle's always a good one. Not a draw. We're gonna be here forever! Need to bait into it to something else. I feel like I'm giving Ore Body or too many openings. Yeah. Well, I'm never leaving this game tic-tac-toe for as long as I live. Let's start with the middle. And this is why nobody likes tic-tac-toe. It's impossible to win, you always draw. Like, unless your opponent actively loses on purpose. You will always be reacting to your opponent. And because of that, nobody can win! What if I go up here? I was just curious what they were trying to do. We can't win! I can't even lose, it's just tic-tac-toe. Every game's a draw. What if I intentionally lose? I'm gonna do that next time. I'll just let him fill in one of the squares. Does it at least say win or lose or anything?
Hold on! That one didn't count!
Assuming you win this game of tic-tac-toe. I'm starting to wish you actually did do Simon Says. You up a smidge. You can at least listen to Tropical Resort while I'm suffering. Come to tic-tac-toe.
Hold on! That one didn't count!
I'm back. What did you do? It doesn't matter because you went first, so you get the first round. I think it's a 50-50 shot of whether or not you get to go first or not. Hey. Too good. I can't win. And of course, this is the one minigame that doesn't have a skip button, so you have to do it.
Hold on! That one didn't count!
Yeah. I just got the strategy, maybe I can win. It's a lost cause this round.
Hold on! That one didn't count!
Why do you get to go first every round? I thought it was supposed to be 50-50 chance. Yeah, I could have had it that round. I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
That one didn't count!
Like, that was the round. I freaking had it. There. I copied your own dirty trick to win. Alright, fork over the chat. Oh, he's still not alien. What else is it going to like this? You're like such hell
You're late, Tails. I just got through saving him.
I see.
Those two robots really are as dense as their master.
Go. See something. Well, what have 1 and 2? Alright, Trashy, that's enough. Oh, sorry again, the boss is just about no there because of you. But that's terrible. What's he? What? And what was I getting for when you're an alien? If you like the tutorial, I have no idea what I'm supposed to expect this time. Each player is dealt 7 cards. Oh no. When? Your draw piles on the left and your discard piles on the right. Match your opponent's card. Either a symbol or numbers. Okay, so this is just like matching. Literally just playing a card game. I mean, I have 2 9s. I have a 5-6 run. Because whatever the king is, must be saying symbol or number. Symbol or number as what? I read the instructions and I still don't know. Oh. Okay, Keep drawn. Stop me from doing this. Alright, ready to pass. Supposed to match that card, duh. There. It's 5. King of diamond. I mean, sure. Diamond. What? Oh, it's 8 of clubs now. 7 clubs. Spades. 4 spades. 2 spades. fact that I actually have a chance is kind of concerning. Well,
That didn't work out.
yep, sure didn't. Okay, and we're back to this. I get it now. It took me a bit, but I get it. Once you actually understand the rules, it's not that hard, it's just... I don't have mace and I don't have a spade. You go. Ah! Is there any reason to draw a card instead of pass? No, like, there's no reason to. You're just putting yourself at a disadvantage. Also, no dinner.
Now I feel bad for them.
Only you could sympathize with one of Eggman's robots, Cream.
Everyone needs to eat, Mr. Sonic. Or they won't grow up big and strong.
Well, I can't argue with that infallible logic.
I don't really think robots work that way.
Okay, that's the end of the demo. The final thought. So, they're clearly going for, like, this story from Color's DS, which, I mean, makes sense. The Wii version doesn't exactly have a lot to work off of, so I do get that decision. Some of the minigames need some work. Like, the card game isn't too bad once you know what you're doing on it, just, you kind of have to fumble. The tutorial's really not going to help. Tic-tac-toe sucks. I think that was bad. Like, I saw some people complaining about that in the Sage Pages comments, so I know I'm not alone. Like, that game is mean. Like, I might be pipe dreaming here, but like, if they could somehow manage to get like the finished version of this merged with Sonic Colors Demastered, I think you might actually have something really special going on. Like, I think it might be worth trying to do a collab, because then you can have the best of both worlds. You could have the demastered gameplay with the story presentation of this. Then you could have some. Anyway, that is enough of the games that I skipped over before, so let's move on to the actual new stuff. I'm gonna just resuming the recording. The video I totally forgot and blanked. That was a complete brain fart on my end. That little smidge. Don't get your chaos filter. You said to use a controller. Controller doesn't work. Okay, I have to use the keyboard for this one. Future destination, future Mobius, Broke Green Hill Zone, or tutorial simulation. Tutorial, sure. Controller still doesn't work. Okay, the Z button to fire. It's okay, so phase starts and change the next phase. Move around these arrow keys, I figured that out. Either A for short shot or hold it for auto fire keys, so I figured that out too. Okay, as long as they stay on screen, it's not too hard. Alright. Great target shooting. Each target you destroy gets you a ring. These rings can be useful. You forgot the E in useful. For buying a useful. You put it there the second time on a useful item at the shop later on. Let's move to the next. Sorry, that was just so funny. It's like you have the same word twice in the same sentence, and you screw it up one time and not the other. This is an enemy bullet. You have to look out for these because when I touch a Sonic, Metal Sonic, close enough. he'll lose some life. Not only you can shoot it down, but there's a way to convert it to heal and bullets energy. It's called Grace. Gracing the bullets can turn into synergy to grace the bullet. Press XP to make sure you get close to it and chocolate something. Like this. Whatever that means. After you grace, you'll have to wait a bit to let it charge. Grace again. But that was enough for you to get synergy. You get a whole chunk of it by doing Just Grace. The Just Grace ball effectively just for nearly touches metal, Sonic. Certainly we can do it. After you grace, you'll have to wait for it to let it charge, to grace again. Perfect, now for the last part. When you're... Please, get a first reader. When your bar reaches max level, you get a power point. You can use a powerful attack called a Burst Beam. When you got 1 power point or more, press C to use the Burst Beam to destroy everything in your way. Use the beam on a boss as a finish move, which, wrong which, by the way, should be the WH version of which. Means a Burst Beam finish, you get 1,000 bonus points. Then, yeah, well, I'm waiting for the recharge. Getting there. Getting there. Need more charge. Easy to grace, it's hard to just grace. There. Can't even see metal! Now you know the basics of the controls and how to play the game. This concludes the tutorial simulation. So it's time for you to recorrect the Earth's life form from the Chaos Delta by destroying all 7 Masters and stopping Mega Eggman. It's Eggman Mega, you got it backwards. Gosh darn it. You couldn't even get the character name right. Please. Find Proofreader. Thanks for playing. Please stay tuned for the continuing Sonic the Hedgehog KS Delta. Press and you play it. Wait. Like there's 2 stages, right? Oh, yeah, there is. Then? I think it's supposed to say C. Yeah, just hold the button and fire, I guess. I wish you could fire Grace a bit more frequently. I was doing that during the tutorial, but it's even worse now. If they're gonna attack this fast, then no, like... At the very least, like, if you get a Grace, you'll be able to use it again immediately. Not the recharge. Like, make the recharge the consequence of failure. So, so much stuff. Oh, well. Oh, it was Sonic. It's not Metal, it's just... But, I don't know, sure looks like Metal Sonic to me. Well, anyway, I think I've seen enough of that game. I already more or less gave my reviews. First off, please, Proofreader. More than any other game so far. you really need someone to go through and look at your scripts and make sure you're spelling everything right. Because there are some things that say very different things than what I think they're trying to say. And some of them are just really funny. Also, that is Metal Sonic any way you look at it. I don't care what that Death Sprite shows. Gameplay loop itself, I mean, it's really quick and forgettable, but I kind of think that's the point. It's supposed to be a game that you play and forget in a few minutes. Like, for what it is, it's neat. It's just, yeah. Other than that, I mean, the game says it supports controllers, which it does not, so that's definitely something to be worked on. Like, I have an Xbox One controller. It should be working, but it just doesn't. It worked on the last games, so I know it works. But, yeah. Moving on to the next game. Again. Alright, on to the next game. Sonic Strikers with a Z. And the controller works! I have to bring this up, because it's just so shocking every time it happens. Alright, Sonic Strikers, main campaign versus mode or Team Chaos. I'm very curious what Team Chaos is. Let's go with main campaign. This is going to be one of... main campaign crashed. It's, I'm just going to double check that it isn't something that, like, they mentioned, like, hey, by the way, if you select main campaign, it crashes. No, it mentions nothing of the sort. No one in comments is bringing that up either, so we're just gonna keep going and act like everything's normal. Try main campaign again. If it doesn't work, then I'll just try versus mode. Okay, that time it worked. Audio's a little loud. There we go. Also, that is not me. The P1 icon is just flying. Well, you know what? It's randomized chaos. We're picking somebody. Game stage. Open error stage. Uh-oh. That's a game crash! Well, somebody did mention that error, so I guess that's consistent. Alright, try versus mode. Can I not pick it?
Okay.
It's not sliding around anymore, but I'm also using my keyboard now. Yeah, I'm just hitting S on my keyboard, which I guess is S for select, or S for back.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Can't even click on it or anything either. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna run as admin, and if that doesn't work, we're moving on because I can't keep wasting time on this. Once again, there's that white box there, which isn't there for me, and it's confusing. Oh, actually, you know what it might be. It's not. I was thinking game capture might have finally kicked in, but no. And it crashed! Okay, nope, no Sonic Strikers. It's not stable enough. Unfortunate, but I was having a bit too good of luck recently with that, so I guess I was overdue for some games that just don't work. Alright, next game then. Okay, sorry for the technical mishap with the last game. Current game, Supersonic Jan. Controller support does not exist. Unplug, replug. Nope, doesn't exist. Okay, keyboard it is. Start game, new game. Sure. This window is so small, I can't see anything. Like, it's big for you all. It's small for me. Mission 1, destroy a group of robots located at a waypoint. Okay, it's the Sonic Battle out. Oh, this is loud. Oh, no, we're not doing this crap again. Not after Sonic 3000. Anything that sounds like it might be copyrighted is immediately on the no list. Now we're just gonna run. I mean, there's no one here. I don't know what's going on. Mike doesn't get hit when, or doesn't drop rings when getting hit. How could they? Destroyed the Bannock generator. That's not how you spell generator. Considering what I was getting in my last game, though, that's, or at least last game that worked. The typo like that is actually small potatoes. It's just... feels like there's supposed to be some really deep combat, but it's just 2 bungee mash over and over. Or I guess 3, because A works as well. Okay, no, there's a few buttons, but I mean, honestly, Z and X are everything you would ever need. I'd like that. Thank you. I mean, it's conceptually neat. I need to find that Bannock spawner wherever it is. Oh, there it is. When in doubt. Okay. I can't even tell if I'm hitting it. Or if I'm just hitting robots along the way. There. It's gone. Destroy a squad of SWAT bots in the area. So you? Okay. Just for protect gun drone leaving the area. What? The gun drone, I just want to kill it. That's what Sonic games have taught me. Well, there's the drone. Oh, well, okay. Mission 5, destroy a group of Nebula badniks. It says to the left, but I'm as far left as I can go. I guess these grayscale ones are the Nebula robots. E-taser. Okay, I think I get the point of Super Jam here. It's another game that's a bit shallow. It's got some combat that would just need it. It's got the Werehog syndrome, if not worse, because once you figure out a single combo that works, or attack in this game's case, you're just gonna spam that and you're never gonna use anything else. Like, even as a Sonic and Lucy Peanut, I will tell you, 90% of your combat will be solved with the Donkey Kick combo. It's just too good of an ability. And in this game's case, like, that wave attack is way too powerful. Also, I'm looking forward to having sound again, so yeah. Moving on to the next one. Okay, next game. Sonic the Fighter's Blitz. Okay, I was scared for a second controller doesn't work. It does. It's just, for some reason, D-pad doesn't work on the menu. Analog stick is the only option. Alright, so you can pick characters. It's most of the characters that were in the base roster of Sonic the Fighters. I don't remember if Fang was in it, though. I don't feel like he was. Actually, no, he was. Kind of. Like, they put some of the others into, like, at least put, like, Robotnik and Metal Sonic, because they're part of the campaign. Why is he red? Why is Sonic red? I don't remember picking red. what I'm doing. Hey, it's technical. The AI is really stupid, although to be fair, at least that leaves it in character. There's Sonic the Fighters, how do I bury her? I don't know. There's no spin dash move, which even the original Sonic the Fighters had, which is really depressing. You would think they would try to keep the moveset as similar to the original as possible. Hey, is that the spin move? I can't tell if that's a recovery or... No, that's a spin. It's just up plus B. Which is not how it was in the original, but... And I can't get over the fact that Sonic is red. Like, Knuckles looks the way you would expect him to. Once again, I have no clue how to guard. And I'm still red? Okay. Well, I will say right up that, like, this is definitely my favorite of all these fighting games so far. Just because of the drawn sprites. Like, that does so much for me. For fighting games or not. Presentation's big. I don't know what that thing does. I think it might make him attack the swing faster, but I'm not too sure. Hey, I got D+! Good dodge. RB, I think. Not the same as the guard, but I'll take it. Pretty sure, like, that was just a regular button in the original game, which I think it probably should be here too. The D-pad still doesn't work, which is weird, again, but analog works, so it's playable on the controller, it's just weird. Oh, okay. I did it. No D+, just D. YouTube, draw the Sonic red. But how far is this gonna go? This is just a demo, isn't it? Like, you know, every other game. AI is still a bit stupid, but again, it's kind of just in character for the original Sonic the Fighters. I still don't know how to guard! I can do whatever this is. Bye-bye! My attack and defense are frequently awful, and I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Any literacy in the original also has me worried, but I'll let this one keep going for now. There. Stage over. C-. Is there a control list on the game's page? So Sonic Striker's up. I'm gonna play really bad because I'm not gonna be playing at all. Look and see if they have anything posted with the controls. No, they don't mention anything. I do really like this. So even if I'm not a big fan of like the idea of Sonic fighting games. I think playing Sonic Battle relatively recently, I mean like 2 years ago at this point, it's kind of burned me out on the idea. Well, that's my first loss. Fair, I was doing nothing for a while. Okay, you're definitely guarding way more. I sure wish I knew how to do that. Did it! By which I mean, it's tied! I'm not sure what makes this all that different, but... Almost there. Yeah! I mentioned it already, but I'll say it again. Art's so good here. Even if Sonic's red for some reason that I can't figure out. It's like they mixed his and Knuckles' color scheme, because it's not just the red spikes, it's like also the shoes look like Knuckles. This definitely isn't the song that plays in the original here. But I remember like it was much more like guitar riff heavy song. You tell me the Tails here has this big guys where Sonic doesn't. Okay, round one, Scenic. Or sorry, Sonic and Knuckles. I can't do anything. I've been stun locked since the beginning of the match. Okay, there. That's a bit spammable. I'm not complaining because I'm Sonic, but yeah, that's abusable. I didn't realize that until now, but oh boy. Sonic versus Fang. This definitely happens way earlier in the original game story. I think this is around like where you fight the Bart. Just the polar bear. there like a Mushroom Hill Zone stage? Oh wait, no, there wasn't. That was what SKO said. Sure, it'd be nice to be able to guard against those. I think Sonic doesn't seem to have a guard. If Metal Sonic is half as hard here as he is in the original game, then I'm screwed if I can't figure out how to guard. I can't do anything. I'm stun locked. This is a poorly designed fight. I'm stun locked. I can't do anything. This is why most games include a block. Just bringing it up. Hey, actually, you get hit. Probably not gonna happen again. Maybe don't pull the Smash Ultimate mistake and bait your AI off of Evo players. Speed runners. This sort of feel a lot like that. Yeah, I'm teasing. I don't care. Didn't even matter anyway. Barely got past the halfway point. Did I say I wanted to continue? I don't remember saying I wanted to continue. The game just said I wanted to continue on its own. I'm relaunching it. Yeah, the flashing colors isn't the thing I was super worried about. Really, I need practice. Now I'm green? Okay, I guess your color's just random. I really need this. I can spit on their faces with Y. Don't leave them like right up next to them. And it doesn't even do that much damage, it's not worth it. I don't think any other character do this super move, like this thing, so I'm starting to wonder if maybe Sonic is just unique in that regard. Maybe he can't guard, but in this game he has this attack. But so, I'm sorry, but that's a terrible trade-off. Attack is a hyper button. There's no guard. Okay. Guessing hyper is like the RT one. The super, I don't get it. I don't see guard anywhere near. It's even a drop dash, but supersonic. Yeah, there's super for you. Maybe Sonic just doesn't have it. Back to arcade. I'm green again. Can't use it, which makes sense. It did say you have to lose once for it to be accessible. Alright, well, I think I get the point. No, frankly, like, it's probably the best game I've gone through so far. Like, I do think some of the decisions for moves are a bit weird. The fact that I still can't find a barrier on Sonic is really concerning. So I really hope that's not the final. And if it's just the final, oh no. Also, please let us choose our own colors. It still doesn't work, even though I lost. Yeah, that's a good game. I think it's the first one I've gone through today that actually, you know, yeah, it was pretty good. Don't know if I'm ever gonna think about it again after today, but it's neat. Hey, on to the next one. Okay, next game is Sonic the Hedgehog TX. Stage 2022 demo. Options, yes, window size. I'd like to make it bigger. Because frankly, even the big window is small. Full screen, that's even better. Yes, full screen on, please. It froze the capture, but hold on, maybe I can use game capture now. It's like this. Yeah, there we go. That's way better. Motion blur. Ah, it's a 2D platformer, you don't need it. Controls are fine. It's Green Breeze Zone, Act 1. Finally, a standard platformer. It's shocking how long it's taken me to get to one of these. And it looks like it's a follow-up to the Game Gear / Master System games. I mean, I've been playing through a good few of those on my own. Like, this is definitely more than either of those systems ever could have handled. But not by much. Like, honestly, it's not bad. I appreciate the HUD is massive. Don't know how long I'll stick with this one. Oh, the spin dash is super strong here. I too enjoy going at Mach 11. Actually, I was comparing this to like Master System games before, but like actually looking at Sonic's design, that's the Pocket Adventure model, which might be a better comparison. I just spin through there. Oh yeah. Special stage, and it's the half pipe. Get 60 rings. This actually hurts to look at. I might need to give a Seizure warning on the YouTube video for this. I'll just put it in the description. Like, trying to filter this whole thing is going to be a mess, and on top of all the editing I'm already going to have to do, I might not get the video up in time. It's starting to hurt for me to look at. 120 rings, I'm already there, or close to it. Oh, there's spikes now. Not a lot, but there is spikes. As long as you follow the rings, you're safe. Probably. I do enjoy obeying rings. Ah, yes. Whoa! These kind of came out of nowhere. Good thing I don't care about rings anymore. I'm way past the 120 mark. So I assume it just respawns me at the checkpoint, or where I got? Yeah, it's a checkpoint. Like if it follows the map system logic, or again like the pocket adventure logic. You go way faster than you ever did in those games. I made it! Sonic has passed. Okay. Kind of want to relish this one because I've skimmed through so many. Because there's so many fighting games. If I'm being honest, they're almost all rubbish. Like, the last one I went through, I think, was actually pretty good. Even if I still think it's bizarre that they got rid of the guard. Even though it's based on Sonic the Fighters, and Sonic the Fighters has a block. Still weird to me. Okay. Danger. Does there have to be? Oh. Yeah, I guess there is. I guess I'll just hang out here until it comes back. The fact that it's taking so long tells me I probably actually need it. No! Well, that's on me. I really wanted that last breath, you know? Again. That one even worse! You don't want to say that, let's just move on to the next one. Final thoughts on this game. It's Sonic Pocket Adventure, a game I already don't like at all. It's like, I already dislike Classic Sonic, and then you have Pocket Adventure, just like everything I dislike about it, multiplied by 10. But this like rectifies like 0.5 of that times 10. I don't want to be too harsh on this game because it's clearly what they're going for. It's just... This is very much an upper B game. As far as actual technical stuff, first off, special stage, you gotta get rid of the flashing lights. That's an actual health hazard. Like, it just hurts to look at. Honestly, here too, I would probably just keep it solid. Like, you can do this. You can maybe alternate, like, different shades of blue or something. Oh, well, there's the end. I guess I'll see it through enough to a bonus. I was gonna say I'll see it through enough to see what the first boss is. But first, bonus game! Oh no, it's the Sonic Advance Special Stage. Actually, Sonic Advance and Knuckles Chaotix. I don't mind ending that one fast. Thank you for giving me rings. It's the Sonic the Hedgehog boss. For the Master System specifically. The Green Hills over here just fly around, and that would be the fight. Like, it was actually considerably easier there because you could just jump up to him at any time. I don't think you were supposed to be able to do that, but you could. Oh, music's faster. Must be in pitch mode. Let's look at the rings. Oh! Bouncing ball! Gotcha! Gotcha, barely. I'm waiting for the ball to come back. I mean, it's a slightly harder version of that fight I already mentioned from the Sonic 1 Master System version. You can now play as Cream. Oh great, now with Sonic Advance 2. Really quickly! Industrial Grave. Okay, I'm slightly intrigued by that title. I'll keep going. Okay, this is based on nothing. Level design almost looks like Collision Chaos, but I don't think that's what they're going for. The momentum doesn't carry because treadmill. Gimmick here. This little treadmill. Definitely like this more in the first zone. Treadmills, where are you hiding? Alright. Treadmill, there you are. Okay. Almost. Wanna come around? Alright, yeah, that's my sign to quit this game for now. I already gave my outro rambling for this game. Industrial Grave seems considerably better, it's just that my patience is already spent by playing a bunch of not so great fan games in a row. So, on to the next one. Okay, sorry about that. On to Sonic Unite is the next game. You would not believe the adventure I have had with this one. You had to be here live for it. This game has an installer. And it's slower than the SADX one was way back when. And it was for downloading 0 megabytes. Said they did have a very nice message at the start about allowing streamer/content creators to set up, which I do appreciate. No other game has done that so far. I will give them credit for that one. Speed? Okay, we're playing Sonic Unleashed now, I guess. Heal out. Uh-oh. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. I'm going back! I'm going back! Can't get out of this loop. What? Well, if I just go back this way? If I just jump up there? Ha! No loops! Haha! Ice spring. I like the music here, it's nice. Maybe that's some pre-installation bias. Hi, Tails. Special stage 1 unlocked. Find location in the what? What? I missed that. My playback is so far behind, I can't even watch it. 10 minutes after the death egg, something text is too fast. Okay, so Tails gets abducted. As he does. Very often, actually. It's one of the most Tails things you could ever do. Oh, it's not a scroller. Okay. Also, the timer started at like 35 seconds. And black bars for seemingly no reason. Are you really gonna try making the Omens joke again? I have to watch this every time I die. Really shot. Please give us an option to skip cutscenes. Also, freeze the timer during cutscenes. Like, come on, what's up with that? Like, that's where all that time came from before. Whatever this is supposed to be. Is that supposed to be a laser beam or a tree or a laser tree? I'm leaning towards trees. Officially, SP presents trees. Sonic fan game made in Unity. Featuring additional art by Nethel. Sorry if I butchered that, I will probably butcher a lot of names. Uh-huh. Oh. Death egg, whenever you want to rise. If you want to have so many cutscenes, freeze the timer. And give us a skip option. Because I'm just thinking back in my head now, if I die, I'm going to have to sit through all this again. Pain. I'm not sitting through that again if I have to go. Yeah, no. That's it. We're done with Sonic Unite. I'm not dealing with that crap again. It gives me fun first level, terrible second level. There's probably more, but I really don't have the patience to check. Got some good music that I have a sneaky suspicion might get me flagged. Yeah, moving on. Not the worst game I've gone through today, but nowhere near the best. Speak. Alright, so next game, folks, the or it's just called Sonic the Hedgehog Cook. You missed some Animal Crossing speak. Ooh. Howdy, Noki. Oh, Uganda. No, we're not making this a sequel to that. Oh, skip. I don't want to talk about it. Is there normal food in your diner? It's the best in the whole Mobius. It's so good that Sonic's there. And he even let his face be plastered on the branding. It's so invigorating and refreshing. Say no more. Someone with a berry, coffee, and a cucumber. What? Okay. A berry cucumber. I don't know. I've already forgotten. Well, what is this? You're asking for a berry cucumber. It's something I've completely forgotten already. Gosh darn it. Well, I'll just get a bit of everything. Dried mushroom. That sounds like something Knuckles would love. A death skull. Oh yeah, Knuckles is gonna love this. Oh, a larva. Oh yeah, that's definitely something he'd eat. A rock. I'm gonna poison poor Knuckles. When time's up, I should go back. Here you go! Looks like snot, smells like snot, and tastes like snot. Bon appetit, Knuckles! You're crazy, you think I'm gonna eat this? So, should I go for ingredients? Yes. That even Big's flavor. Oh. Look who's here, Dr. Eggman himself! Hi, Big. How are you getting on? I love this. This is my favorite game today so far. Yeah, I just noticed the screen. I think there's a variant being covered. Hold on, does this fix it? Yep. The window is frozen, but the game capture is getting it. There. It's alright, I'm planning on keeping this going for a while anyway. If these fights all minute ago, what do you want? I want to take over the world, and I want to eat. Ready to order? You have an exquisite dish. Of course, I'll bring you some garbage from the forest, worm, slime, and moss. Yes! Let's go. Alright, there's the worm. I need worm, slime, and moss. I remember this time. Oh, no, that's a dead end. That kind of looks like slime over there. Slime. I think. I think that might be a worm. You know how you would get to the worm in time. Alright, time's up. I should go back. Bon appetit, Dr. Eggman. Dish assorted soup. There's always something floating in the soup, but it shouldn't be breaststroke. Soup! I don't eat simple foods, fools. Should I go for ingredients? Yes. Janitor, what's up? Good afternoon. I would like cutlets. Would you like macaroni? Yes, with the chicken strips. Sonic, please, no mistakes this time. Bring me an onion, soy, and potatoes. There's onion over there. There's more time available this time, which is always a double-edged sword. There's the potato. I think. That might just be a rock. Actually, I'm like 99% sure it's a rock. Don't worry, Dick. I'm bringing you the best dish you could have ever asked for. I'm getting you a... I don't know, like a shell. A dried mushroom. But hey, I got a couple of ingredients you asked for. I'm trapped. Yeah, it's time to go back. It's like, what is this? Bon appetit, janitor. The best dish in price-performance ratio. See anyone. Good, but it's out of chicken strips. You could do it better, Sonic. The guests are over. No, there's still one more, the most important guest. Oh really? Thank you, player. Without you, wouldn't have found all these products in the forest! Oh, it's true. A few people asked me to say thanks to you. Unfortunately, they couldn't do it in person. Artists, credits... We are well drawn, I agree. The art is very good. Art sets the whole environment. And these buttons, the forest and food! Sound designer and composer, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but you can read it. Sounds and music, fire! Programmers, Yano and Yuji? This is magic, isn't it? I bet it is, yes it is. Game designer, Sero Art? The maze is awesome. I've been there 20 times and I still keep getting lost. Narrative designer, Zybrag. The man who decides what I have to say. Precisely. Why would he praise himself? Yeah, buddy. You look me to speak English. Spasibo, translator. The prototype of this game was made in part of Indie Bars Game Jam number 2. Yes, they made this game for 72 hours. Fun fact, that is way more time than the average Sage entry gets. Crazy. They did fix something after the Game Jam. Just a little. Actually, they didn't have half of the game working on the Game Jam. Nonsense. Thank you, player. You're cool. And your win. Yep, buddy. Good luck. Is this it? I think this is it. Oh, I am absolutely giving this game more time because of Big Buy, so to be fair, the game's over. So I don't think this is going to be another Big's Big World situation where over half the stream is dedicated to one game. Yet. That is still something that absolutely could happen, depending on how long things take. Anyway, final thoughts. I mean, it's a short game. It's just a little maze simulator. I do think it could go for like another few seconds or maybe a few shortcuts through the mazes for a little more depth. But other than that, like, it's fine. Like, I like the art. Music's nice and calming. The running Sonic sprite when you're in the maze is really funny. So yeah, like, I don't really have anything negative to say about this one. Like, that's like a... Even at my strictest, that's like a mid-B tier. Probably higher. Which, honestly, for today's standards, that's really, really good. So, yeah, moving on to the next game. On to the next game, folks. Tails Adventures 2. Follow here. Oh, no. We get Tails Adventure. With the 2 at the end. They cannot fly. You know, one of the most poor mechanics of the original. If you can, it's different here. Okay, unpause. I just have to get the controls open. So there is a jump. I'm just not in possession of it. Oh, spring. Speedy's fish. Oh no, get out of my way. I remember you from the last game. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's the flight. There's no flight meter here like there was in the last game. Okay, bombs is with shift. Oh, you can just drop straight below yourself. There's no sliding shenanigans this time. Yeah! Uh-oh. Okay, where are you? I'm not sure. Metal's Musket Madness. Match challenge? Okay, well, where's the version of the game where I actually get to do all these? There's something up here. I can't explore it. Fine. Uh-oh. I can't throw bombs while flying. All I can think of is this stuff over here. Oh, yeah, there is a, the remote control robot creature from the original game, yes. Go boom! Yes, very good. I do like the flying in this, but I kind of wish they had taken a page out of the original game and included a flight meter. So that if you knew how much flight you had left before you just truly dropped below. Shy of that, like do what some of the later games did and just animate like he's getting tired. How much there is to this. So I feel like this could go for a while. I mean, I've been going fast on a lot of these, so it's not inherently a bad thing. It's just... Knack again. And metal again. What's down here? So I would like to fall. Ah! Take that, basic gravity. You want that power up over there? There's barely enough time for this! Just give me all the rings. It barely even seem to do anything in this, but sure. Give me the rings anyway. Oh. You can't fly with the drone in this game like you could in the original. Oh, it's fine. Nope, no speedy fish. Thanks for playing. If you got here, you probably at least thought it was good enough to beat, which I appreciate. Motor. I mean, I had more fun with this than I did the original. I'll give you that. It's not bad. Bare minimum, if you're going to follow up on this, controller support, please. But games like this really aren't made to be played on a keyboard. But, that's something like I thought the level design is fine. I did like a lot of the game design changes from the original to this. Although I did mention a few times, and I still think this, you should really have kept the flight meter from the original. Because you just get drops randomly. And it doesn't even do the thing that like the Genesis onwards games did, where if you're close to running out of flight, like he starts panting or looking tired. No, you just get drops. Like, nobody has something bad. But, yeah. That aside, we're moving on to the next one, which is another Tales game. Again. Legend of Tales on Lost Lands is the next game. I don't know what I need to say, so I'm just gonna pick the top option. Oh, it is 3D. And I strafe. This feels so cursed. Yeah, obviously I'm not going to be reading any of those. I'm just gonna hope the controls are basic enough that I can figure it out. Jump seems to be the only button that does anything. Tornado. Yay! I can't get over the strafing as the default control. Like, it's so weird. This isn't Ratchet and Clank. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I was guessing you took damage from that, but look, I can't read the tutorials, so I've got it figured out the hard way. It's so weird. I can't even jump dash normally. You only do the dash when you have the reticle. What? Also, this runs by Frontier's logic. Like, you don't drop your rings until you actually land. Gonna need some time to decide on whether or not I like that or not. Oh, ring capsule. Hey there, checkpoint. Oh yes, thanks for the hint. Very helpful. Considering this has happened twice now, I'm gonna make sure that I don't have some weird setting on after this game. Like, the Uganda Knuckles game, I kind of wrote that off because I thought it might be a joke. I don't think this one's a joke. Hello, giant box. Hello, Switch. Hello, giant box again. Hello, I think that's a capsule, yep. It's a... I think it's supposed to be a shield. I don't know. You tell me. We get to use our imaginations in this game for it to be whatever we want it to be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that. Okay. Anyway, the shield there is gone, so... No! Okay, next area. This still feels really weird. Okay, I'm sure this is something like there's a switch somewhere. Good, to move on. Uh-oh. I was stun locked. Okay. Okay, so I'm back here. Going this way this time. Look, maybe the grass is greener on this side of the hill. I was gonna check the pause menu to see if there's a control section, but then I realized I would never know it if I saw it. Switch! It's probably what I needed. Oh, I can stomp, I think, with the shield handy. Can't do the jump dash anymore. Okay, what? Hey there, how we doing? 10 rings, 10 rings. That's just a fire. Level cleared! It's the first part of the game I can read! Rings and total score! Score up. It's like... Just suddenly I start reading some things again. I'm not trusting the signpost though. I'm pretty sure those are forever gone for me. Power of strafing. Hey there, giant blue wall. How you doing? Can I make that jump? I can! No clue what that said. Probably says something like, beautiful view, isn't it? Oh wait, no, it probably says something about the robot counter in the top right corner of the screen. Yeah, that's probably a little more relevant. Alright, well I'm back to the start of the level, so Guess I'm going back. I couldn't be bothered to put a third spring in there, so gotta run. There's this message again. Go! There it is. Okay, on to this area. Fire shield. So it's probably jump dash, which it is. I mean, it's fire shield, makes sense. Okay, there's checkpoint. You were probably meant to use this to get over to that bridge. Well, I cheesed it again. What else is new? Uh-oh, I can't help me attack anymore. I realize review such complaints of this game is probably pointless, as the chances the creator can speak English are very, very slim. But please put it on a different button. Like homing attack on the jump button, then the shield abilities can be on X or square, whatever your equivalent is. I think that would work. So the enemy AI is a little bit stupid. Hey, how you doing? Pose bracket circle backslash P. And then I'm not even gonna try to read the rest of that. Nothing over there. Oh, there's a spring here. Okay, there's a shield. Once we go in here, right? I found shoes. I also found Orbot. That's supposed to be Orbot, right? Okay, I guess this is probably supposed to be Modern Tales then. I was under the impression this is supposed to be a classic game with all the music. That way, can I just keep the shield forever, please? This doesn't hurt. Maybe it's supposed to be fire, because I have the fire shield. Extra life! I didn't even realize I had lives. Also, the life counter is classic Tales. This really isn't helping the case. That's a regular shield. No thanks, I'll keep my fire. Uh-oh. Like that, please. Give me 10 rings. Okay. 10 rings or 10 rings. Maybe I need the shield. Say that the odds are overwhelmingly low. Also, I can't even move, you get stun locked. Don't land in the fire. You get stun locked and die. I was thinking that might be some sneaky developer way through now. It's just the way to death. I shouldn't have gotten rid of my fire shield. This might be the end of Tails' land journey if I can't get up there. Ah, I missed that until now. Okay. We might to go back here. And, okay, now what? Go around the side like this? Yes, this is clearly what they want me to do. Of course! Look, it's so obvious! Look at how obvious it is! Well, I'm back at the start of the stage. Alright, let's speedrun this. I'll give this one another chance. There you are. Ah! Figured if I'm gonna run out of that many lives, I'm just gonna get them back. Why not, right? That's why life systems are dumb and stupid, and no game should ever have them. There, we bounced on up of them. I did it! And then get back the best shield! Fire shield! Wait. That much don't know like how big this level actually is. Also, I didn't even go this way before, so... Yay, new routes! New routes with checkpoints! Even better. This level could go for some more lighting. Like, at least on the springs. Spiny boss? What? Yeah, that is a spiny. It's shooting fire explosives. Well, okay, I guess I'll just hang out here. What am I supposed to do, exactly? I guess ride this over? Not being able to see anything really kind of stinging right now. Okay, attacked every enemy here. Nothing happened. Oh. That's what you were supposed to do. The enemies had nothing to do with it. I see. Okay. Okay, ignore the pretense this time and just bounce straight in. Hey, get my fire shield back. Thank you. Wait, what? That's the goal? Okay, then what was that entire section I went through before? No wonder I couldn't clear it. You're not supposed to go there. Okay, level 3. Title Tempest music? Oh, okay. Sure, give me my score. Did you know everybody cares about score in Sonic games? Especially in classic inspired games like this one. Really? Go back to start. Iframes developers, have you heard of them? I just wanted to gawk at that statue and I can't do that. They didn't even scatter in a circle. Hi there, Mustache Chow. I like you. You have a good mustache. Shield, in a way it definitely wasn't supposed to. But you know what? That just makes it better. More score, sure. More text I can't read. 48 enemies. You're mad. Developer, you're mad. Down to 38, 37. We'll keep the rest of those rings just in case. $28, okay. Okay. Down to 8, so single digits. Okay, there, that's 0. Get to going. I got a collectible thing. I don't know what it is, but it's collectible, so it's mine. Wait, isn't this? Yeah, this is the beginning of the level. Well, I just went in a circle. Okay, well, yeah, I guess I can go this way now? Maybe it's like the last level? This feels boss arena-y. Boosters work on these too. Oh no, this is the end of the stage. This is the goal. Why are those boats so fast? Why are the boxes so fast? Sonic, you've got competition for that whole fastest thing alive chick. I'm ready. Let's go Mach 9. You too, let's go Mach 9. Ah, yeah. Alright, level complete. Yeah. It's Eggman's floating talk device that he uses in some of the games and comics. Okay. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't do anything. He's just there. Okay. Anything to say to me now? Ah, yes. It's the debug message errors again. Blah, I can't word. Big! I knew I stuck with this game for a reason. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's so good. Hey there, beautiful. How you doing? Just a screenshot in my thumbnail real quick. Okay. Hit B to talk to them, I think. I know I won't understand what you're saying, Big, but I want to talk to you. Here's what the settings are. I think I changed it from being full screen to windowed. I have no clue what any of this is. Okay, this is my inventory. So I found Sonic's shoes in the first level, and I found that scroll in the second one. Sure. I can't control the camera and the mouse. So kind of weird. Okay, well, how does it go? Gonna make it? Yes! Damage boost my way to victory! I did it! That is definitely not the intended strategy, but I don't care. Any rings around to make up for the rings I lost? There's a spring in here. Let's see. Spring is gone. It might have been blown up. Well, I'm back here again. I guess I was so excited in seeing, oh, wait, no. I just didn't come over here. Yeah, that's possible, too. Something in there. I think a blue something. Yeah. Not falling for that spring's lies again. We're going the long way. Besides, every level so far seems to have multiple ways of clearing it, so... At least it's only 8, not 48 enemies this time. That was insane. Hey, how you doing here, bud? Don't know what you said, but yes, I agree. Yes, more words I can't read. happen out this way. Oh, these aren't the enemy type, they're just chilling. Yeah, they're just here. Like all the others that were friendly. Heal? Nah, it's just points. Dungeon crawling! Dungeon crawling! Yeah, it's just 1,000 points. Oh, and another scroll! I would like to break out of your house, please? No? Okay. Okay. Was you here before? Oh. I have no words. First off, yes, I did intentionally let myself get hit by that thing, and I'm glad I did, because that's amazing. If Big the Beautiful Boy wasn't already taking up my thumbnail spot, that would be a real contender. Can I bounce my way to victory again? Oh yeah. I lost all my rings twice. But I made it! Okay, can you knock the crates away? That'd be grand. The spring is gone again. I believe it's over there at those crates now. This probably work. Yeah. Okay, it's... Ah, you jerk. It's over here. Good enough. Bye-bye. There's the goal. Somehow got through that stage without knowing a word of what's going on. Next stage is a carnival casino type stage, sure. Oh, we have Eggman capsules now. Which give you the amazing superpower of being stunned and losing all your rings. Just like the games. Oh, that's a bumper. And I'm pretty sure that's a bomb. Yeah! But it's a collectible bomb this time. So it's different. Get me out of here. Those is actually a spring, isn't it? Nope, they're all bumpers. Sure. Yeah, that's definitely what the developers intended. Look at all this developer intent that's happening. Look at all of it, it's beautiful! Everything functioning the exact way it's supposed to! Oh, 2D suddenly. I'm what, like 5 stages in, and only now I'm finally getting a 2D section? If you're wondering, yes, this is my maximum running speed. I can't increase it, seemingly. I don't know. I can't read the tutorials. Uh-oh. Back to this again. And here we go. Here, just that, yeah, okay. There's the switch, okay. There it is, checkpoint! They're gonna love these 2D sections, only rivaled by the best of Sonic Lost World 3DS's level design. I was gonna say that it's a little hard to take it, but honestly, no, it's really not. This is very 3DS Lost World-esque. That game even had a casino stage in 2D. Actually, what's the 2D? I think they were both 3D. Which was rare for that game, but... Uh-oh. It's not gonna let me die, is it? Oh no, there it goes. I wish I had a spin dash. Or a boost, or anything of that sort. I'm ready for you this time. I know there's a box coming. You can't trick me. A little signpost or something would be nice, but I'm still here, so it's gotta mean something. I'm flying now. I didn't even know Tails had a flying animation. I'm also stuck. Oh, pausing, unpausing, pushed me up. Okay. Sure. Hey, it's a fire shield again! Oh, that was a checkpoint, wasn't it? Yeah. Hit or activate it. I overshot! Okay. Try it again! Perfect timing, actually. Oops, 3D again, and just in time for the end of the level. I guess levels can't end in 2D in this section, because that easily could have been a 2D part, too. It was just a flat line. Sonic Heroes music, so not classic music for once, and it's a desert. I was gonna say, I guess that's why, because there's no classic games with the Sonic Mania Rush Saloon. Whether I want to count it or not, Mania is technically a classic game, so fine. You win this round. I'm coming, Spring! Need it. Oh, it's 2D again. How'd you know that was like one of my top 5 nightmares? So how many stages does this game have? It's clearly not done. It's clearly a demo. A lot more to the others though. Supposed to hold a button, but I can't see what it is. So there's no specification of what it actually is that you're supposed to hit. I would like to take the boat, please. Do you see the robot over there? I would like to go to the robot. Okay, I hit every button on my controller, none of them did anything, so... I guess I'm gonna try another route and see how that fares. There's a magic force pushing me away. I can't tell if that magic force is supposed to be wind or if it's just some engine weirdness. Like Ring without magic force. It's up there, it's like there's a snowball and there's a lava rock. Stuff. Oh, there's something back here. And I pull another casino straight and just slip through. It does not look like they're going to make it that easy this time. Okay, how do I make it that easy? I'd like to explore back there, but I guess I'm not going to get the chance. Fine. To the 2D segments, sure. I don't see anything that resembles a controller input. A-button's the only button that's reliably done anything this whole game, so I was mashing that, but that didn't work. B-button didn't do anything. Well, there's two buttons at once, and nope. B and Y? Maybe it's a wall jump tutorial? I don't know. No, but I found a way to jank that part. A little bit. And back to start. Well, as much as I would love to bash my head against the wall, I think I'm going to call it quits on this game for now. First and most obviously on this game, please, the English translation. I would like to know what's happening. This very much feels like an asset flipped game. Like, this does not feel like a Sonic game at all. The only stage that kind of felt like a Sonic game was the casino one. And even then I compare that to like 3DS version of Sonic Lost World, not exactly the highest bar to match. There's several bugs in this game. The number of times that I saw the gray cube is way too high. It's clearly nowhere near a finished state. Tails moves way too slowly at default. Yeah, he really needs a spin dash or something. Something to speed him up. Still don't know what's going on here. Like I said, more English translation is kind of a necessity. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, video's back. So I was just watching through the demo trailer, and their gameplay on that trailer was in English. Like, the game's tutorial and everything was in English, so I don't know what's going on there. It just defaults to whatever language this is for me. Doesn't give me the choice. All these options. What is this? Ah, it's an FPS multiplayer game. Of course, that's always what I wanted out of my Miles Tales Prowler game. FPS game. Yes. Brilliant. At least in Shadow the Hedgehog you had to find the guns. Now it's the gun game of the Sonic series. Come on. Not this one. I found it. I found English. It is buried in settings. I'm really starting to wish I could have read everything. But... The sign says now. Well, I'm back here because I started at 0 lives. Also, I've been playing FIFA this whole time. Can you give me a liquid flame? No. Shame I didn't know what Big was saying, otherwise I definitely would have gone out of my way to help him. Quick point, sure. It's simple say. Fan can help get upstairs when the character's in flight. Okay, sure. How do I fly? None of the buttons seem to activate flight. None of... Like... Yes, I like FPS shooters. That doesn't mean I want it in Sonic the freaking Hedgehog. Oh, I guess I live down here now. Yeah, flying just doesn't work. Like, pressing analog in does nothing. I've tried every single button on the controller, and the only ones to do anything are the analog stick, jump, and pause. That is it. Maybe I got a broken build? Wouldn't be surprised considering a default 50 long language. Well, now for real, I'm on to the next game. Okay, let's go. Ultimate Sonic Heroes Fighters. Okay, no more crushing in your 30s, crushfully. It's enough. Controller doesn't work in this game. Actually, hold on. Gotta try reliable. Unplug and replug. Nah, it just doesn't work.
Select your character.
So they have every single character from Sonic Heroes and then some? I wasn't trying to select you. How do I go back? I mean, I'm fine with Sonic, but I wasn't trying to select you. I wanted to look at the roster.
Round one.
Okay.
Select your character.
There's Cream, Amy, Big. I like that drawing of Big. Tails, Sonic, Knuckles. That looks more like Mighty to me, but sure, I guess there's Mighty. Espio, Vector, Charming V, Ashura, the Sonic 2 glitch. Sure. Bark, Beam, Fang, you know, sure, they're all Sonic the Fighters all out. Ray, Mighty, Blaze, Silver, Omega, the best character other than him. Convenient that they're touching each other. Rouge, Shadow, Sally, Fun. Okay, now we're just going full-on comic characters. Rotor, Manic, Emerald, Metal Sonic, Dr. Eggman, let's run Robotnik's me, but sure. Scourge, again, comic characters. Mephiles, and Chaos. Like, at least Scourge is a popular comic character. Like, how many people that haven't read the comics know who Bunny is? I mean, obviously I'm picking Big. Obviously. Sure.
I've arranged for you to meet my...
Oh.
I'm not going to get easy.
I'll show you the power of Omega.
Round 1. Fight.
Just smashing buttons on my keyboard. One of them's gonna work. Honestly, this isn't too bad of a fighting game either. Just like first you have no idea what I'm doing. Sorry, Omega. You're only slightly less amazing of a character than Big. You're gonna lose 1v3. That's embarrassing. He's so short, I can't hit her. I have to jump to hit her. I should just be more special by jumping. So, does Blaze even have health? Like, it doesn't show her, it only shows Espio and Omega. Oh yeah. Big versus Ray, Asher, and Bomberman? You weren't even part of the roster! You can really fly! That's great! I mean, obviously I'm just gonna spam this now, right? Now that I know this amazing power exists. They're all of them the shorties. How am I supposed to fight that? Oh, you can just hold the jump button. Jump. But you can't hold the swap button. You gotta press that every time. I don't even know what's going on. I mean, I think I have a pretty solid understanding what this game is like. Just fine, I guess. I think I still prefer like that Sonic Fighters Elite game to this, but it's not bad. Like, it's still like the next best fighting game I've done through. Which, mind you, that's a really low bar. Not too bad. And yes, part of that is definitely the big bias I'm talking, but any game that lets me play as Big is really gonna go up a tier, but it's how it works. That being said, I really don't like having 3 opponents against me when I fight by myself. Like, this is just one that seems like I'm not a fighting genre fan. Like, I don't even like stuff like Smash Bros. So this has 0 appeal to me. Like, it's a neat concept, but it's not for me. Yeah, I think that's the last of the games I have on hand. Like, I tried getting that Green Hill Zone demo working again, and that didn't work. Like, it's still busted. Like, I went and looked for the most recent version, which it still hasn't been updated, so it is the most recent version. There's a couple of games I want to check out, but they're definitely going to be, like, ones that are going to be their own day or more. I just do want to keep today's stuff, like, strictly Sonic stuff before I move into the indie stuff. Yeah, thanks for watching, and next time I'll probably go into the game that is definitely 100% going to be its own video. On its own, and probably still be an entire stream. See you next time for Sonic World DX. Take care, stay safe, have a good one. Bye-bye.